and a very good morning for all of us for joining us today for our discussion, which topic is factors that contribute to the uncleanness of public toilet. As we can see, public toilet is where the place where is a technical for a nature. So what made this topic rise is when I have read one article from the New Straits Times in November 2019, I think. It said that clean public toilet in Malaysia soil after just 20 minutes. It's less than our days all take for public toilet to get very dirty again right after it being cleaned. So what do you think about it?
Yes, I do agree with your point. Cleanliness and hygiene is actually a necessity to live in a healthier and disease-free environment. But in a public toilet scenario, if we see, it is quite disappointing because the cleanliness is quite low. And if we see the survey done by the Zuchi community members, they found out that Malaysia stands in the 5th position of unclean toilets among the Asian countries, which is very, very sad to hear. So, what do you think is the factor that actually contributes to the uncleanliness of public toilets?
For me, in my opinion, the factor that contributes to this uncleanness of public toilets is unstable water pressure. It's because there's a time an irresponsible user didn't flush after using it, but we cannot fully blame them, because maybe the water pressure is too low, and second because the water tank doesn't have enough water in it. And also, you should know that public toilets are connected to a supply line that taps into the main plumbing. So, when the other tap is open, the water pressure in public toilet is decreased. And to make it worse, public toilet doesn't have storage tank. This storage tank is held in downward pressure, or we call it gravity pressure, to increase the velocity of water. But public toilet only use the under pressure water. So because of this difference pressure between the pipe and the bone, the velocity of the water when we flush it, it will become decreased. So the waste in the toilet bowl is still there. So that's what I think. So what do you think?
Okay, so in my opinion, I think ineffective cleaning contributes to the uncleanliness of public toilet. This can be shown by the worker attitude. Some of the workers do feel lazy to clean up the dirtiness. They does not have responsibility to maintaining the cleanliness of the public toilets, because their mentality say that they have done all the work perfectly. They have do the best and they have put a lot of effort on it. So this is also happened from an unorganized schedule. The schedule are not well organized. Okay, so for example, for 1 week, there's only 4 days are required to clean up the toilet. So the toilet will not remain clean every day and every time. Then, part of that, there is also workers that disobedient to follow the schedule. Then it will affect to the other workers too. When one person does not follow the rule, does not follow the schedule, then the other will also do the same. Those workers who do not take responsibility seriously shows that they are not civic minded and even less concerned on hygiene.
Yes, I totally agree with your point, and I want to add something more. I think this is why Malaysians are said to be citizens with third class mentality, because if we see the workers, once there's nobody observing them, they are not doing their work properly and they are ready to give reasons. So this is what is making the situation even more worse. And the factor that I think that contributes to the uncleanliness of public toilet is poor toilet facilities. So I'm pretty sure that most of you agree that when we visit public toilets, the first problem that we face is flushing operating systems are not working properly. So this is the worst case scenario, because the feces and also the urinal waste cannot be flushed and they still remain there after using the toilet. So the users are forced to pour water inside the toilet bowl, which can make the toilet to look clean, but the odor still remains there. And pouring water inside the toilet bowl not necessarily goes inside the toilet bowl only, it also wets the floor and also wets the clothes and shoes of the users, which may make their moods to spoil on that day, the whole day. And also the wet floor causes the upcoming users to feel uncomfortable when they are using the toilet, because they might feel disgust while using the toilet. And when it comes to the bad odor of the public toilets, no electronic perfumes are placed inside the public toilets to reduce the odor of the toilet. No initiative has been taken to improve the facilities of the public toilets, which make the case even more worse, I think.
Yes, I agree with your point, but what I think is irresponsible user contribute to one of the major factor of public toilet uncleanliness. This is because public toilets are one of the facilities that we all use that will be used by all segments of society, including tourists from abroad. And some of these people have lack of public attitude and not really civic minded. For example, when after they use the toilet, they do not flush it and they just leave it the waste there and all the odors. Furthermore, they have a lack of sense of belonging. This is because this irresponsible user think public toilet cleanliness solely lie only on the workers. However, it is part of our responsibility as a consumer to keep the public toilet clean.
Okay, true. I do agree with you, but I kind of like partially disagree. As I say, we cannot fully blame with the users because of the because of the low water pressure. So the waste could be flushed very properly.
From the discussion, we can conclude that the factors that actually contributes to the uncleanliness of public toilets is, first of all, low water pressure, which makes the flushing operations not to work properly. And the second factor is actually ineffective cleaning of public toilets. The third factor that actually contributes to the uncleanliness of public toilet is actually the poor toilet facilities, and the fourth factor is actually the irresponsible users of public toilets who are not maintaining the toilet properly. So this is what we can conclude. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.